Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. This is Aviation 04 and today we're going to be doing an airport update of St. Louis Lambert International Airport. So this is an airport in St. Louis, Missouri. It's pretty busy and they've got a lot of mainline. It's a pretty good Southwest hub as well, so we're just going to dive right into the update. Starting off here, we have this Southwest 737-700 with blended winglets in the Heart livery. He's currently being unloaded from Milwaukee and will make the return flight back out there. And just being pushed out for a flight out to Chicago Midway, we have this Southwest 737-700 in the Heart livery with split scimitars. He arrived in from there 30 minutes ago and is now being pushed out there. And waiting for that gate, we have this Southwest 737-700 in the same livery. He's arrived in from Nashville, and he's been sitting here for about 10 minutes waiting for that gate. And then being heavily serviced for a flight out to Wichita, we have this Southwest 737-800, and he arrived in earlier from Baltimore. Just pulling into the gate, we have this Southwest 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. He's coming in from Burbank and will make a flight out to Tulsa later today. And currently waiting for an available gate, we have this Southwest 737-800 who's arrived in from Jacksonville. This one, however, has been sitting here for about 20 minutes now and will later make the return flight out to Miami. Being loaded up for a flight out to Boston, we have the Southwest 737-800 in the Canyon Blue livery, and he arrived in earlier today from Orlando, a little less than an hour ago. And then to conclude Southwest, we have the Southwest 737-800. This one's in the Freedom 1 livery. He's arrived in from Denver and will make a flight out to Philadelphia later today. Now we have a couple low-cost carriers. First off, we have this Spirit A321, who arrived in from Fort Lauderdale and will head out there within the next 20 minutes or so. And then we have this Frontier A320neo. This is Sonny the Collared Lizard, who's arrived in from Cancun, Mexico. And this plane will make the return flight to Cancun in about 3 hours from now. Being loaded up for a flight out to Atlanta, we have this Delta 737-900, and he arrived in from Atlanta just a few minutes ago. Being catered and getting bags loaded, we have this Frontier A320. This is Orville the Cardinal, and he's going to head out to Orlando. And also being fueled up for a flight out to Orlando, we have the Spirit A320, who arrived in from Orlando 30 minutes ago. And just waiting at its gate right now, we have a seasonal service. This is the Sun Country 737-800, who arrived in from Minneapolis. Currently sitting at the gate with the maintenance truck in front of it, we have this American 737-800. He arrived in from Chicago O'Hare earlier today, and upon inspection, found out it had a dented nose cone, so they're going to replace that. So this flight has been delayed and will make the return whenever that issue is fixed. Currently loading passengers up, we have this American A319, who's going to head out to Phoenix in the next 20 minutes. And being pushed out for a flight out to Charlotte, we have this American A321. This one is with the fence tip winglets. Next to that, we have this United 737 MAX 9, who arrived in from Denver about 10 minutes ago. And after sitting here for about an hour, we'll make the return flight back out to. And being catered and loaded up for a flight out to Chicago O'Hare, we have this United 737-900 in the Evo Blue livery. And that'll do it for over at the terminal. Moving on to the runway, we have this American A321 who has just landed from Charlotte and will take the gate of the other A321 that's currently being pushed out for Charlotte. Taxiing over to the runway, we have this Delta Connection Embraer 175, and he's currently heading out to New York LaGuardia. Behind that Delta Connection E175, we have this Frontier A321 who is getting ready for a flight out to Punta Cana. I thought this was an interesting service too, especially out of a seemingly smaller airport. They have a couple international routes, so I thought that was very cool. Next in line for departure, we have this American 737-800, and he's about ready to pull onto the runway and head out to Dallas-Fort Worth. And now moving on to the cargo. Right here we have a new model. We have this FedEx 757, and he's currently being loaded up for a flight out to Indianapolis. And next to him being heavily loaded up, we have this FedEx 767, who is going to head out to Memphis. Currently being pushed out for a flight out to Chicago Rockford, we have another new model. We have the UPS 757. And then to conclude the update, being heavily loaded up, we have this UPS 767, and he's going to make a flight out to Louisville. So that's going to do it for the update. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. as it really does help the channel. If there's any other airports you'd like me to do, please leave that in the comments below. I always enjoy doing these random airports and the one-off updates. But I really do appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.